After the rains, when the sun breaks through the clouds and paints the sky with gold. There's a moment, a feeling that captures the essence of freedom. But what is true freedom? Is it the thrill of fun, the call of the rebellion, or a deep spiritual connection? Let's find out what is freedom.
Freedom is free, so it's very difficult now to capture it within maybe 2-3 sentences. And also, I would say freedom is alive. Because if I consider what was freedom for me 5 years ago, it's unbelievable how it changes. At this moment in my life, I think full 100% authenticity is the ultimate freedom for me.
Freedom, it's very subjective, It's like I want to be free to smoke a cigarette anytime that I want, and it's that will be freedom. But then freedom from the craving, I want to be in control to not smoke the cigarette whenever I want. So it's very subjective what freedom is. So it's a complicated topic. We got this poster out and we wrote here Liberation Day, and this was offensive for the people because Liberation Day is written over here and there's some tight people stuff is going on, and police had problems with that. So yeah, that is true.
The cops are having a problem. They asked us to remove this Liberation Day because that's something that they don't like. So what I believe is freedom is not something that you look outside, The first thing starts from your mind and from your soul. You allow yourself to be what you really want yourself to be. The society and the television and the media, what it is showing you is the freedom that they want you to be free from their end. But the question comes, my darling, is do you or are you ready to be free from your mind or from your soul? That is important.
Freedom to me is surrender, intentional surrender. Just walking through life or flowing through life with little to no resistance, being able to be present and accept any emotion that we feel, be it happiness or sadness or anger, whatever it may be. Accept it and go through it.
Freedom is the present moment when you stop blinking about future and past, when you let go your attachment to what was happening in your life and what will happen, and just start to observe what is now. And on this moment, you start feeling very happily as a child, as a nature, as a wind, as a water, as a fire. And this is more feels like freedom.
Я из России, и в Гоа я уже 6 месяцев. Свобода для меня – это ничего не бояться и идти всегда навстречу к своим мечтам.
Свобода для меня – это в первую очередь выбирать всегда самого себя, в первую очередь ставить в приоритет себя, свой выбор, отталкиваясь от состояния внутреннего комфорта, имея внутренний баланс, не имея никаких внутренних конфликтов, делать то, что тебе нравится, не задумываясь о том, что подумают об этом другие. Это свобода.
If I have to gauge or see how much of freedom I have attained in my life, I would say I would look at how much want-tos I have in life and how much have-tos I have in my life. So have-to is I have to go to work, I have to listen to my boss, I have to do this, I have to do that. The moment I have-tos in my life, it's I put my body and mind under some obligation. But when something I say I want to do this, there is a huge difference between having have-tos in life and having want-tos. So slowly I managed to remove all the have-tos from my life. And today I can say very proudly that I don't have any have-tos in my life. Everything is want to. I want to wake up what time I want to wake up. I sleep when I want to sleep. I go out when I want to go out. I meet friends or people whom I want to meet. I don't have any compulsions in life. So for me, no compulsions is freedom. No obligation is freedom. And want tos is freedom.
म्हणजे आपली घरात फॅमिलीचो प्रॉब्लेम नासंक होना आनी जाय ते मेळपाक जाय आपली हॉबी आहा ती कंप्लीट जावपाक जाय आनी कोणाचेच हे आसंक होना आपल्या तरच ते आपूण सारके रोले तर ते फ्रीडम म्हणटात ताका.
Running a coffee shop and a co-creation space in a place like Arambol, Goa, has to be a passion-driven business. So freedom for me is to be able to translate my passion to offer well-being in the form of good food and coffee to my guests who are an avid travel community from around the world.
Freedom is to be able to make your own choices without any external factor, to be disciplined, to be yourself without trying to prove yourself. That's what freedom is.
I think freedom is has to be in line with what you aspire to achieve in life. And if you can have a few years of discipline, initially, and have some patience, then you can manage your freedom much, much better, and you can really enjoy it to the fullest. So that's my advice for freedom. I mean, I can only say what I have experienced. I've worked a few years in corporate, a decade at least. And now that I'm doing something completely on my own, I can see how things which were good, which were not, things that I can keep, things that I can leave, much better.
Freedom, to me, is another word for courage in its spirit. Because if we do not have the courage to go beyond what is being said, what is being told, what is defined, for us to just believe by virtue of somebody else's experience, is falsifying the refinement of the consciousness. A true freedom should allow you to experiment with your consciousness. And it's a tall order.
So basically for me, freedom is like to be able to explore myself and, like being able to like deeply go into my own core and find my true desires and being able to like manifest them. And at the same time, like, like basically balancing and keeping harmony about like this different aspects of who I am. And also like understanding that even other people have that, like they have their own unique ways of expressing their own freedom. So yeah, that's what is freedom for me.
Me coming to Goa was a very like instinctive and spontaneous decision. It's not like very planned. But yeah, when I see if do I want to go back to Delhi or some kind of city, then I choose Goa, of course, because here there is more of like you can express yourself more. There is more of self-expression. Other than that, there's a lot of hustle in the cities that I can't find the balance in that. So Goa is kind of a good life balance for me. So yeah, that's something that I love about Goa. Yeah, and being in Goa.
Well, I think the local Goan culture is quite inclusive and quite intact, within their own rituals and how they go about their daily lives. But over the last few decades, they have really learned to coexist with people from around the world. So because there are people here from all around the world with different tastes and things, it's a great place to do a lot of experiment with good food and good coffee. So that's why I chose Goa as a place to kind of, start my business here.
Гоа очень большое творческое дружественное комьюнити. Я считаю, что именно это и создает ощущение комфорта и баланса здесь. Я думаю, что большинство людей начинают ощущать здесь свободу.
When it comes to living in India and actually staying in Goa, freedom for me would be always the moment I take my motorcycle and I just drive. So that would embrace the space, the nature, the feeling of time that stops for a moment. And I would say it's almost like a mindful practice of meditation. That would be the freedom that I don't have back in Europe, and here is still very possible.
Goa gives a lot of freedom, which is not available in different in other parts of the world, of course. But still, freedom is inside. You can achieve this beautiful freedom everywhere. In Russia, in the United States, in Australia.
Foreigners come for freedom of choice because they are able to choose how they want to be, what they want to be without any restrictions. They see how India is so free, such a free country, and they don't get that where they come from. So yeah, definitely come here for freedom.
And going back to basics, being with nature truly is the essence of freedom for me. Goa in that sense has really made that possible for me. Just 15-20 minutes away, there is so much, there's an abundance of nature around me, and I'm really grateful for that. It is also, Goa has also allowed me to explore my freedom in terms of gender norms. I don't feel as restricted by gender norms anymore. Goa, I have no idea how or why, has really helped me discover that side of myself. And I'm truly, truly grateful for that. It has allowed me to get to know people who think like me, who feel like me, who are in a similar phase in life as I am, whose priorities are very much in alignment with mine. So I would say Goa really has opened so many doors for me in those terms. So yeah.
Another word for freedom is search. Because if we do not have the search, the quenching thirst to know what lies beyond, to know what lies beneath what we already know, we're already in a defined box. So the ability of your own consciousness, the way you train your own consciousness to reach to the core of something that holds life itself in its purest essence, which means you have to transcend the knowledge that is given to you as the supreme knowledge. You have to transcend the inequalities of sex, gender roles, the polity, the ecosystem, the rights and the wrongs. So this is almost like having a tete-a-tete with your own consciousness. And what is born from that beauty of not being repressed, not being throttled, just to have a mystical expression, which cannot be tied down as good or as bad, as accepted and as not accepted. But one important rule that it should pass is the general well-being of not only the self but everybody involved. What is innately good cannot be harmful for anybody.
Goa is not about beaches. It's not about parties. It's not about alcohol or drugs or whatever it is. Goa is a lifestyle. It gives you a space and surroundings and atmosphere. It gives you freedom. So there is a certain sense of freedom. I think it's something to do with this, with the energy of this state. There is a laid-back attitude here, you know. Nobody is in a hurry, you know. And people who come from a very, you know, like busy cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, when they come here, they get the taste of this freedom, I would say.
We have exposure here of international world, and so we got a lot of international artists like from Russia, Iran, Israel, like whole Middle East, Europe. So like some Indian people mixed with them, their music, and they create some different kind of fusion, which is very beautiful. So yeah, you can create different music genres. Like we got different types of actors also from different countries.
As compared to the cities where there are a set of rules, and this is the only way you can express yourself, because going more than that is too much for the people to take. And we like doing things that is too much for the people to take, because otherwise how does it make a difference, you know? And like, you know, just wearing suits and playing guitars and, you know, just making people happy and making them listen to what they really want to listen is something that everybody can do. But we want to make people listen to what we want them to listen to, because there are some things that they don't know yet. And I do not say Goa, but the people who come to Goa with this intention of being liberated, they are ready to understand this. And I don't want to say that, you know, that's why I want to play here in Goa for all my life, but I want to expand from here.
I feel there is a lot more serenity in this place because of its geography. Where I live, I always have to be on my guards, and this is the place where I let myself loose. So that's why I am in Goa.
Freedom in Goa is to be surrounded with alcohol and not be a drunk guy and not drink. That's freedom in Goa. Freedom from the influence of alcohol.
And I think I really feel like myself when I'm around nature, and also like, you know, meeting a lot of different people, artists. And in India, I feel like it's the place, you know, like where I can find all these different aspects of being an artist.
Now, freedom ultimately is giving you the biggest happiness. So in order to be free, start to discover the layers of the negative belief systems that you have and start to literally dissolve them. That's the freedom. Day by day, you become more free and more happy.
Don't be afraid of living your dreams. Live life to the fullest.
So yeah, happy Independence Day.
एक आज़ाद हिंदुस्तान का आज़ाद इंसान समझ फील करता हूँ और एकदम बेटर तरीके से आज़ाद जीता हूँ।